Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Building Drawing 101. In this episode, we will look at what a building plan is, and we will look at the different drawings that make up a building plan. Now, a building plan is a set of drawings of a building that the builder would use to build or construct the building. This would contain important details such as the size of the different components of the buildings, the different materials that are used to construct the building, the positioning of the building of the land on the land. There are a lot of different factors. Now, a building drawing is needed because in order for a building to be legally built, the building plan would have to be submitted to the relevant authorities so that they can check to see if it is structurally stable or if it is conforming to laws of the country. So these laws include zoning laws and some other laws. Okay, so before me is a building plan of a one-story dwelling, a residential dwelling. Now I'm going to go through this building plan so that you can see the different working drawings that are the different aspects that make up the building plan. The first are the main or the most common part of the building plan, or the part that most persons understand, is the floor plan. Now, before me is the floor plan. The floor plan is a bird's eye view or an aerial view or a plan view of the building. Now, this is showing the interior of the building. It is showing the layout of the walls of the building. It is showing the layout of the rooms. It is showing the measurement of the rooms. Alright, so let me go through some of the things that are shown in a floor plan. In a floor plan, you will have the walls, as you can see. You also would have the windows and doors being shown, and the openings and the arches. So for example, there's an arch here to enter this porch, and you're seeing it's being shown with the hidden detail lines. You have the doorway, you see the doors, you have the windows, you have other openings. So in addition to those, you have the names of the rooms, as you can see. You also have the measurements of different components of the building, such as the measurements of the windows, measurements between the windows, or the distances between the windows. This particular floor plan is showing the columns. It doesn't have to, it just depends on the regulations of the council that you're submitting the plan to. Now, a very important component of a floor plan is the fixtures, namely the bathroom fixtures and the kitchen fixtures. Some persons would put in furniture fixtures, but that's not a necessity. Okay, on the floor plan is also the cutting plane line, and I'll elaborate on that more because this cutting plane line relates directly to the sectional elevation. I will show that soon. So now this is the floor plan. Let's move on to the foundation plan. Now the foundation plan is showing the layout of the walls of the building as well. But if you notice, it's not showing any doors, it's not showing any windows, it's not showing any openings. The floor plan shows the layout of the building below ground level, and it shows how the foundation trench will be excavated. Now the foundation trench is represented by these hidden detail lines, and here you can see the distance of the trench. You can see the distance of the space between the trench. It also shows the columns that are used to support the building, so and the measurements between the trenches and the measurements of the trench width. So really a foundation is very simple as compared to a floor plan. It shows less details, but is critically important in constructing the building. So This is a foundation plan. As you can see, there are different types of columns are referred to as stiffeners in this case that are shown. I'm going to get into those later. Now, the next plan that I'll be looking at is the roof plan. Now, here's a timber roof plan. This is a timber hip roof. And as you can see, it is showing the labeling the different roof members. And here's the roof covering. So this plan also shows the layout of the walls in hidden detail lines because the roof is essentially resting on the walls. So, and it is showing the layout of the rafters. As I said, it's also showing the direction that the water is flowing in. This is also showing the fascia board. Some roofs also show the gutter. Some roof plans, that is, but in this specific roof plan doesn't have a gutter. Here are the different roofing materials: the plyboard that is laid on the rafters, then the felt. This is the waterproofing material. Then you have the roof finish, which is the roof tile in this case. Now there are some details under here these are the details of how the roof members connect at the ridge. This is the apex of the roof. This is how it connects to the walls. This is another way how it can connect to the wall. This is a way that it also connects to each other. This is a valley rafter here. In further videos, you will get an understanding of how the different parts are named and where they are located on a roof plan. Now I should have shown you some details for the foundation plan, such as the foundation footing detail. This is showing you the depth of the foundation, the width of the trench, or the width of the trench or the footing, and also the layers, the floor layers, and so forth. And also you have the details for the columns. We will elaborate on those in future lessons. So let's move along to the electrical and the drainage plan. Normally, sometimes, not all the times, these plans are separate. If you notice, there are electrical details and there are also sewage or drainage details. Let's look at the electrical details first. This plan, in the electrical plan, it has a similar layout to the floor plan. The only difference is there are no labelings of the rooms and there are no dimensions. Additionally, there is not the cut-in plane line is not there. So let me show you, zoom in on one room. For each room, it's showing you the switch that controls the lighting fixture, which is in the center of the roof in most cases. And it is showing you the switch that is controlling each lighting fixture. It is also showing you the electrical outlets. This is where you can plug your appliances and so forth. Right here, this specific outlet is a 110 volt outlet. This is the symbol for the 210 outlet, the voltage that is. These fixtures may vary, and once you have your fixtures, once you have selected your fixture, you have to show them in a legend or a key. Other electrical symbols include the panel. The panel or the breaker panel is that component that controls the circuitry of the house. I'm not seeing it here. It should have been here. This is what it looks like. Panel box. As I said before, these symbols may vary. So that was missing from this plan. I think that's maybe it for the electrical fixtures that are here. Oh, here's another electrical fixture. This is a light thin fixture. This specific fixture is a motion sensor fixture. Okay, on the drainage side of things, you have the different drainage plumbing fixtures. So if you notice that some of the fixtures are leading to a trap gully basin, some of them are like the toilet is leading to the manhole, and all the manholes are connected. The arrows are showing the flow of the sewage. This labeling is showing the thickness of the diameter of the pipe that is transferring the sewage or the effluent. and this is going to a main sewer. Now, all of the fixtures, the plumbing fixtures in the building, they are leading to some form of sewage treatment, whether trap gully, basin, manhole, or grease trap. The kitchen is leading to the grease trap, the kitchen sink, that is. So I think that's it for the electrical and drainage plan for now. Those are the things that the electrical plan or the drainage plan would show. Let's move on to the elevations. Oh, before we go there, all these manholes and trap gully basins and grease traps, details of them can be shown. Details are basically as you're basically zooming in on the specific component and how it is constructed and the different measurements, because on the plan here you cannot necessarily see exactly how the manholes are made up. Same thing for the roof plan. You cannot see exactly how these members are connected and all the different components that are involved. Same thing for the foundation plan. So there are different aspects of each plan that needs some form of detailing. So we refer to those drawings as details, where you zoom in on specific aspects of the plan. And those details are drawn in a sectional view, like a cut through of what you're drawing, of what you're looking at, so that you can see the components properly. Now let's go to the elevations. The elevations are showing the building, how it looks on the outside, from a frontal view, a side view, whether left or right side view, and the rear view. Now this is not a bird's eye view. This is not an aerial view. Now, so this is the front of the building, and it's showing you the vertical measurements. It's showing exactly how the building would look to the client once you have drawn the plan for the client. So these are the different views. There's nothing much to explain on this. This is just showing the builder, the design of the building, exactly how he's required to design the building from an external point of view. Let's go to the sectional view. Now this is an elevation, but it's a section of the building, meaning you're cutting through a section of the building, and this section that you're cutting through is showing the cutting plane line. So this is the point that you slice the building, and you're looking upwards from this view, but you're looking in the building from a frontal view, and this is from the side view, and this cutting plane line from the side view is shown here. Some more details on that when we get to that stage. So that is what the sectional elevation shows. It also shows the foundation depth and so forth for each wall. It shows you how the foundation is situated. All of the vertical heights are shown on this plan, so you can see inside of the building. This component, or this particular drawing, the sectional drawing, is very detailed and is quite necessary. Now you have the side plan here. Here's the side plan. The side plan shows how the house is positioned on the building. It also shows the sewage details and how the sewage system is laid out on the building, showing the various distances. The center of the building from the front of the building from the center of the road. The front of the building is known as the building line, where it starts. The front of the building to the boundary, the sides of the building to the boundary, the back of the building to the boundary, the distances of the different parts of the sewage system from the front and the back and the side boundaries, and the distances of the respective sewage systems components from each other. It also shows a north hour, so it's showing the building in relation to north. It's showing also the position of the gates. Okay, also showing the roof layout of the building, as this is an aerial view. It's also showing the adjoining lots. So if you know, this is, for example, this is lot 19, I think. Here's lot 18, here's lot 20 beside it. and there's a lot behind, or two lots behind rather, but only one lot is named. It's showing the distance of the boundaries. These are the boundary pegs, and it's showing the distances. So that's a site plan. For each plan, we will go more in depth. Okay, so as I said before, there are some details, and we went through them briefly. This is now the sewage details. Now, as we look on the side plan, we can see that the sewage flows to this main manhole, then it flows to the septic tank, then to the reed bed, then to the absorption pit. Now, this is a detailed drawing of the septic tank, a plan view, and a sectional view. So now the builder would use this detailed drawing to construct the septic tank, similar to how we would use this detailed drawing to construct the reed bed, and this detailed drawing to construct the absorption pit. Now, information on all of these will be presented on a later date. Okay, so let's see if that's everything. So we have the floor plan, or then the foundation plan, and please bear in mind this is a simple one-story dwelling. So for a two-story dwelling, you would have more than one floor plans. You still have one foundation plan. You would have one roof plan. You would have a slab plan to show the slab, how the slab is laid out for the ground floor. There's a slab plan here for this plan, because a small section of this roof is slabbed. Electrical and drainage plan, you'd have one for each level. In this case, you have one, but you would have two for a two-story building. And you would still have 4 elevations. You would still have 2 sectional drawings. You would still have one side plan. You would still have one set of sewage details. Okay, you'd also need a staircase detail. So that's it. That's a very quick review on what a building plan is and the different plans that make up a building plan. You have floor plan, foundation plan, you have the roof plan, you have the electrical and drainage plan. Sometimes those plans are separate as an electrical plan or a drainage plan. You also have the elevations. You also have the sectional drawings, and you also have the details for the different aspects. You have roof details, foundation details, sewage details, etc. as needed. You also have the site plan, and there's one thing I forgot to mention, which is the location map. Now this gives an idea of the location of the building in relation to the area. So when the building is going to be inspected by the relevant authorities, they are able to find the building, whether the health authorities, which would inspect the sewage layout, or the parish council, or whatever agency that would inspect the building, if it's following the zonal laws or if it's constructed properly from a structural standpoint. So there you have it. I hope you learned from this lesson. Stay tuned, subscribe for future videos, as we would go more in depth on each plan and show you how to draw each plan. Have a good day.